I've just seen the first 8 episodes of the final season of The Bad Batch, and I'm amazed by how you have worked on giving Omega and their pulse a way of improve themselves. I think it's a very particular moment for her and for all her family. And thinking about how Jennifer has been part of the writer room, and I'm surprised when one sentence in particular that has been said by the young clones we met in the second episodes. We are cadets without an army. And that's a very strong phrase in a product that someone considered to be for children. I think that's for every single fan of Star Wars for every age, because that sentence is probably the most indicative of what is the Bad Batch in this moment of the canon. So how have you find this kind of emotion to be present for every audience of the product?
Well, I think for the Bad Batch, even going back to season one, it's been about what their purpose is in life, essentially. Now that the war's over and they're not part of the Empire, they've been created and trained to be one thing. And now, when that's taken away from them, it's about their identity and how they move forward and what their place is in the galaxy. And, when we pair Omega up with them, it's also now they are guardians. So, this whole journey has really been about identity and finding your purpose, and whether or not it's the clone cadets. And by the way, the return of Daniel Logan playing one of these clone cadets, which is great to see him back in Star Wars. But that's really where we come up with some of the ideas, and whether or not it's seeing it through the eyes of Omega and the journey that she's been on, or the journey that the Bad Batch has been on. And we try to stay consistent with how we would feel going through massive changes in our lives, especially in the last 4 years. It's been a whirlwind with, with the pandemic, and we've all gone through some things. But yeah, so that's really, it's all very personal to us, and hopefully that comes through on the page and on screen.
Yeah, that's quite the impression. As a long time fan of Star Wars, I have about this series. And Brad, for you, one question: is it really hard to find the right place for some series in the canon, moving from one timeline to another and trying to have everything that is canon really canon?
Oh yeah, I mean, we have an amazing story group at Lucasfilm that helps us stay on track, because there's so many, there's so many stories being told. There's so many stories that have been told. I know, just speaking to the Bad Batch, it's been really fun being in this era, this dark time where the Empire is mighty and growing mightier. It certainly creates this huge backdrop of evil for our characters to have to deal with. So yeah, we love this time period. And it's also an area where there's not as many, maybe, stories interconnecting. So it gives us a little bit of a safe space to tell the stories we want to tell.
I'm seeing time is running out, so thank you for your time. Thank you for what have you done with the Bad Batch, and may the force be with you at this time.
Thanks
Thank
so
you, you
much.
too.